But speaking of the channel, I'm really enjoying, you know, the style that you're pursuing here, where I feel like the YouTube that we grew up with and the YouTube that of, you know, even 5 years ago or so was a different model where if you're posting videos on YouTube, kind of the idea is I'm going to blow up, and, you know, the only way that this is successful is if I have millions of subscribers and I'm a YouTuber, and like that's the title that you're looking for at the
Yeah.
end of it, and that's the goal. And these days, you know, you're seeing a lot more people use it as a marketing tool, as a community building tool, as just a place to go on and say, hey, I'm not, you know, a higher power trying to tell you what
Hmm.
to do, but here's stuff that's worked for me, and here's stuff that I feel like I
Yes.
should share. And I feel like you're a perfect example of that. What has it been like for you going into what I feel like is a completely new age of YouTube, you know, being ushered in with a lot of these people that are just going on and saying, hey, no one needs to be kissing my feet. I'm just here to share some experiences. And what's that been like for you to build that community?
Yeah, so I mean, I say it all the time. I attribute so much of my of the ideas or the startup to David Moorfield, because he's kind of the one that started this whole idea. Well, he'll say Cranky Man started it, and Cranky Man will say, or Cranky Cameraman will say someone else started it. But for me, it was David. And so it originally, I got so attracted to his style of videos because there was no fluff. It was very little editing. It was like a breath of fresh air. I was like, I'm just going to sit back and watch this guy do his day. And especially when I was getting back into freelancing, like 3 years ago, I think at this point, and my chops were not up because I'd been working full time as a video guy for so long that it was almost like I was getting to shadow this guy. I'm getting to learn from this guy. He's giving so much free information. And it was like a comfort blanket. It was like I watched him do a shoot and I go, okay, I can go do this shoot. All he had was one light, one camera. Okay, so, you know, we could take a step back. Now everything has to be a big production. And so with that, I kind of it started out with I'm just going to copy this guy basically bar for bar. I'm going to just show my day. And I thought my point of view would be interesting because I was starting over. And so that's where I was like, this could be fun for anybody because yeah, how do you grow client base? How do you find clients? How do you do reach out and stuff? And, you know, if you start at the first vlog when I started years ago, I think it's like titled 001 in the vlog. It was when I moved back in with my grandparents after we moved back from Utah, moved in with my grandparents, my childhood bedroom with my wife and my 1-year-old son at the time, tiny bedroom, into now our own house. I have my own office and all this stuff. And I say that to say, like, you kind of see it all evolve, um, because it starts out with here I am just making this like risky play again. It's exactly how it started. It's like full circle. I don't have clients. We're just starting over. We're just going to figure this thing out. I reached out to old clients. It all kind of picked back up. And you get to see like the humble beginnings essentially. And so then it kind of evolved into what it is now, where I'm like, okay, I'm going to show my week off and you're just going to get it for what it is. Like maybe this week I do some cold calls and try to get some clients. Maybe it's just me at the house all week, no work. What am I doing? I'm posting on Instagram. But ultimately, like the idea is to just be fully transparent. I think people are kind of now falling out of love with these like the guru era we were in, the aura era, the fake it till you make it, hustle culture, all these things. And we just want real people. What is really going on? Like, you know, I haven't had a single shoot this week. That's the reality of it. So it's kind of just like evolved into that of just like, that's what I enjoy watching. I like watching people like David Moorfield and others where it's just like, this is just what's going on. And you extract whatever information you want from it. I'm just feeding it to you. And yeah, I think like that's like the most compliments I get from people. People just DMing me and saying, you know, love the transparency, love how real it feels. And that's ultimately like the biggest compliment I can get, because that's the whole idea is like, talk about everything I can. Talk about money, talk about how I get clients, talk about where I get clients, all these things. Like that's just the idea, is just like, what's that saying? Like a raising tide raises all ships or something like that.
Oh yeah, yeah. High tide
Yeah.
raises all ships. Yeah,
Yes,
love it.
exactly. So, you know, I get good information and advice from people in the comments and stuff. And so it's like, it's just a full circle. We're all trying to make it. We're all trying to do the next thing to make the next paycheck and just survive in this world. And so, yeah, ultimately, a long-winded way to answer your question. I think people are just thirsty for transparency.